Nothing ever happened, said my master. Surely didn't refer to a state where nothing happens. I think we all agree it's quite impossible in this world that nothing happens. He didn't refer to a state of beyond where you may feel the eternity, and in eternity you can have the sensation that nothing happens ever. He pointed out to what you are, to who you are. One doesn't belong to any circumstances. To make any happenings. So that has to be realized. If not trusted at once just now. Otherwise, one may say it has not to be realized, it's a fact, it's who you are. No. Ever. You said very well, nothing wrong with somebody. The somebody, it's totally natural that it is affected by the closest relationships. So, the thing is, I will surely not show you the way how somebody will not be affected. I don't find it very human. But what I point out is who you really are, you see, is not even that somebody. Let that somebody be affected. You have to see that that link, it's a link to someone. You make a link because there is a confusion from the very beginning. I am born, so I am somebody. And it's reinforced by growth and education and so on. And the world. That's why the question is, am I born? It's a scandalous question. It's a very strange question for somebody to ask himself he is born. But it's to bring you prior to the concept you have or the experience you have that you are someone. As somebody, of course, you are born and you will die. And in between you have relationships which colors your life, which makes you react. Totally natural. This will not change. What can change is the concept you have of yourself, means the concept of who you really are has to fall. Means you cannot conceptualize it. The moment you root out this link, then you will allow somebody to be as circumstances are created. I said, as a human being, as you think you are, as you think you are, as a mother, as a wife, as a friend and whatnot, you will have reactions and interactions. It's natural for a human being. Natural. This has not to be changed or transformed. But if you come to, unless you go to some school, but if you come to Satsang, where the subject is very strange, because it's a subject we can never define, but it is who you really are. is just to have this slightest second of rooting out the belief you are not, or that you are someone. Once you are freed from that, why should you change any wave? Let it be a quiet one, let it be a furious one, let it be a joyful one, let it be a painful one. Why should you? There is no meaning then. That game is out of control. That game is just a game. But for that, of course, there are some sticks, some arrow for the seeker to give up or to just drop many attachments in ideas. I don't say in people or whatever, in ideas you have. Like, I should be this way. It will be much more loving and peaceful and looking like harmonious and so on. You will fail. You may be successful sometime, but when you fail, then it's very painful. That's why probably you speak. So what's left then with you is what I say. Don't be impressed by your own bloody personality. I say bloody because yourself bring it in that way. Don't be impressed by the reactions of your personality. Because then what? You are that? So trust more and more since you have not realized, as you say so, I don't believe in reality, but if you say so, I take that into account. You have to realize that you are not all what you can describe. And that gives a kind of distance then with whatever happens. I started with nothing ever happens. You come with happenings, you see? Yes. A personality, I will bring happenings, sure. And that's why he suffers. Huh? He's happy. Of course, I will not deny that too, but very temporary. Generally, we suffer a bit more than happiness for some reason, except a few beings who are very optimistic. There are not so many. Everybody knows at least one. The big event will be the death. Now in Satsang, not to fear that death, because one is very attached to the life, he loves the life. All what is presented and offered, even people of 90 years, they don't want to go away often, most of the time. They still want, even if they breathe half of their lungs, they still want to live. So there is an attachment there. That's why it makes the death painful also. So in Satsang we say, but why do you fear death? This may be a natural processus of I, but who are you? Who are you? Maybe realizing who you are, there is no place for fear. Fear is just a reaction to a concept. if you take the concept for real, you will take the reaction for real. You're full of fear. Why? So that's why it's urgent. Try to see who you really are. In that way, don't try to see it in the sense of senses, don't try to experience it. Keep quiet. Because if you try by any means you have in the body and the mind, you miss it. Because it's here now, but you miss it. Because of that effort. Because you give a direction out to what it is. You want to give a quality. In that way, who you are is absolutely the radical Zen. Nothing there. Not even an experience. But it's very appealing. Very appealing. So, when the mind hears that, it would comment. It's very precious, because to be freed from fears, freed from so many concepts which forces you to behave this way, that way, and so on, is an amazing peace waiting for you. And when there is peace, there is joy.